for our gargoyle. So remember, everybody, don't stress out about it so much. Just keep working the generalities of everything. Right now, like this piece right here, why is this spin wheel so crazy? Like right now, there's more done here on the front than there is on the back. So I'm going to work a little bit on the back with it. Okay, so right now I'm looking at the piece. So remember, when you're doing this work, maybe I'll get my pen bottle over here. Stick this thing in here. All right. So let me check out my gargoyle. These are around where the top of the hips are coming right there. So in the very end, when we're thinking about where everything lies, when it comes down to like we're getting into next week, you just want to make sure that you're just making some decisions and defining it, even if it's not as exact as you think it should be. All right. On this gargoyle right here, I'm looking at this part right here. All right, how this comes in. And this is the rib cage here. I was looking at that before. And there's a slight little, outer impression of the hip right here coming out. So this is what I want to try to get. And then, show the rounding of that rib cage that's going into the back right around there. I'm working on this part right now because this is the least developed of any of the areas. All right. This is not, let's just look at it. It's flat. There's nothing developed at all. Over here, at least this is very raw. It's just a rough cut kind of, but at least I have things plotted out where they are going to be. This is not plotted out. At the very least, like I could smooth all this out and I have a gargoyle. You know what I mean? If I smooth it all out. So but in the back, there's really nothing there. So you want to always be doing that. Just make sure that you are working all the way around the project from rough to more detailed, going into the less developed to the more developed. All right. I got to try to think about how this knee comes up and this thigh then moves back over here to this butt. All right. I would very much love to take a look at your work. If you guys want to just go, if you want to show me here, or you want to go into the breakout room, I could take a look at your gargoyle and offer you some advice. That's supposed to be helpful. I was last week, of course, as you guys remember, I was doing that with your photos from your turn-in. And you were going to have another turn-in, of course, in 2 days when I'm at the school. Kind of looking forward to that. This Wednesday is supposed to be really nice again. Yesterday was kind of a bummer, though, right? After we had such a great day on Saturday. Anybody do anything cool on Saturday? Did you get outside, take a walk? It was a beautiful day. Who took a walk here on Saturday? Who went outside? You didn't lay about, did you? I'm watching you. You better not be laying about. Nobody's going to say. Zane walked. Good job, Zane. You get bonus points. Butt crack. Is that not appropriate? Oh, good for you, Avery. Was it just as nice on the beach as it was around here? Oh, so jealous. So jealous. At the very beginning of the break, that was my family's big thing for spring break. We had a little cabin over off the side of Mount Hood. Sorry to item. Uh-oh, Leslie left. It was just like raining all the time. We had one day it was fairly nice. Went for a hike. It's like Salmon River Trail. Anybody here been on the Salmon River Trail? Over at Rhododendron? Got any hiking families here? So, yeah, both sides. Just trying to get this this part right here. Oh my God, Julia, baby goats are the cutest thing in the entire universe. Are they? Am I right? You must have loved it. Yeah, baby goats are awesome. That must have been fun. Oh, I'd love to have my kids around some of those. They would have melted. They used to have goats here in Portland that they'd take from like city block to city block where they'd have them in certain areas. They had them right around where I lived for a while. I don't know where they went. They moved them around the city. So as you see, on this one, I just got to try to find out where that legs come. So I'm just going to do a little bit of a curve here just to get that a little bit. Just come in around here just a tiny bit. Goats are wild too with their little like rectangular pupils. You know, it's like, how does an animal have eyes like that? It's so weird. The Julia, did you see the emails? The email there? Good. I know this toe here. I'll go over like my little cheat for doing toes later. It's a little early for that, but I help people with toes in the studio all the time. It's usually a harder part for a lot of people. I'll show you what I do. It's nothing very sophisticated. It's not really amazing or anything, but it's a quick little something that can pass. Right now, I'm still just getting the overall, shape of it, A lot more space between these toes, actually. I can't help but to just sculpt all around the project. I'm supposed to be focusing on the back, but I just keep rotating it. Okay, so a little bit of this soft clay right here. Let me adjust this. The definitely want. This is an important spot right here.
Flower pot.
Oh, look at that. Nice little pot there, Jason. And this one, when the arms come up, it kind of goes over like this a little bit too. These aren't even symmetrical. Look at this bulge. I don't know if you can see this. This bulge is way down here. It's hard to see in the camera. This one's up here. Anybody here want to tell any stories about their week? Just don't want to hear from me. During this whole virtual thing, I just feel so self-involved. The way I just have to be talking so much about my life and everything. To fill the air. All right. Much rather hear about other people. Jason was talking to us about a trip to the beach as well earlier. I haven't been to the beach in a while. You guys live closer than I do. A little easier. I'm closer to Mount Hood. My wife lives the beach. I actually prefer the mountain. There's a little hump on the back. Right here where it separates from the head. It's not exactly even. I don't know if you guys can see this very well. But there's a separation. I don't know, you can see that like look at the picture right here. See that? It's right here. There's a difference between the back and the head. Let's try to get that in there a little bit. Come on. All right. We gotta get a different stand. I'm going to split in about 10 minutes to go pick up my kids from school again. I'm just going to want you guys to work on your own asynchronously. So, knowing that, if anybody has anything they want to talk to me about, make sure you ask me now or go into the breakout room. I was going to try to be at school today. But that's why I didn't go to school today, because my wife's out of state, and it's just been me and the girls. And I did have another plan for them to get home, or where to go. But I decided I would fill them with that ulterior type of task work. So I just said, oh, it's time I'll stay home this Monday. There, that hump's a little bit more well-defined now. Right up there. Back's coming along. This is always a tricky part. always a tricky part. This is for me, for students, is getting this area of the hip and how it comes up into where the bottom part of the leg. What do you call it? I almost said foreleg. Because the leg, I don't want to forget how it's coming in both this way and this way. Now, the one thing to keep in mind is this little muscle right on the side of the leg that's going over the top of the thigh. Right over at the side here. This is going to come, look at right here. You kind of see it. This little muscle. Hey. Is going to come over the thigh. Thigh kind of comes in underneath it. I'm going to just go a little bit deeper right in here, because that's what I'm doing is I'm just going around the project, just getting a little farther into the detail as I go around. Starting to get that leg more, see there? Oh, look at that. You got an email. How about that? All right, so not like the old days. You got mail. Oh, how exciting. All right. Just felt a little bit flat right there. Just start really kind of defining a little bit now how it's coming up around and underneath the hips a little bit. I'm going to start just showing that. See, as you see, I'm taking those lines and I'm getting in a little deeper, little deeper, little deeper. Starting to form it a little bit more all over. All right. This still needs to come in a little bit more this way, down in like that. And this way, I just continue to do that. Maybe I'll start showing the leg cut, or this knee cutting a little bit more underneath that arm, just a tiny bit more. Take out a little bit of clear here, kind of like this, showing that it's a separate piece of anatomy there. I actually grabbed that old demo I did of the abstract figure with you guys from the last project. Finished it over break. I did that, or I do that actually before break. Can't remember. It's wrapped up over there. I'm going to take it in and fire it too. There's another example piece. I got to stop doing that though. Too many. All right, so. All right, this arm. I can show a tiny, I can try to figure out a little bit where that wrist is going to be. Maybe about down there a little bit. As you see, I just continuing to work around. Maybe I'll just prop up, get this thing to look, maybe I think the face is in the right spot. I think I'm going to go with that. So the nose, you know, you want that to really come out there. Pinch in. It's got a big flat. A little water on there, I think. Little wider. A little wider there. It's definitely very big right there now. Gonna have to increase the girth of the cheeks coming around it. Right, with these cat type faces, you know, they just got these basically these three sections, these three puzzle pieces basically of the nose and these two types of cheek areas here that come around. This is way off. This is definitely way off, though. It doesn't go with the rest of the portions of the face. These over here would have to be a lot bigger than. That's all right. Just figuring it out. Because the next major part of the cat face is just not those three. Then you got the bottom right here. See? Look at those little mouth there.
I've got to go. Thank you.
All right, Zane. Actually, I'm taking off too.
Okay. I'll see you tomorrow.
Bye-bye. All right, everybody. So you see there and there? Just everybody keep working on it. Coming around. We're going to go asynchronous for the rest of the class. You still have until noon with me, technically. So try to cut some more out. All right, get in there a little bit farther. Okay, save the toes and the fingers for later. All right, save the toes and fingers for later.